Radiant team ban.
Welcome to our second game of the day. I'm Emma John, your caster for the night. We have Evil Geniuses squaring up against Pain Gaming. Evil Geniuses are sitting 15-0 right now, and they're looking to try and complete the perfect season at 16-0, but in their way is a Pain Gaming side
10 seconds
from
remaining.
Brazil that's trying to rebuild a little bit. They've been switching up rosters. Of course, they were formerly known as Phoenix when the season had started, but trying to fit in a couple different pieces and
Radiant
find their
team
rhythm.
ban.
We'll see if they can play the upset of the perfect season for EG, or if EG will end up completing the job they started, going 16-0. I want to thank everyone that's tuning in. Of course, this is the American Dota League. Be sure to
10
buy an
seconds
in-game
remaining.
ticket for only $5 and follow at American Dota on Twitter.
5 seconds remaining.
After this game, we'll have one more game tonight, the final game of the regular season. That will be Arctic
Resistance
versus Dignitas. So be sure to stay tuned throughout the entirety of this game and tune into next game as well, because we have some excitement coming up. Hopefully this game can be exciting as well. Pain Gaming definitely not living up to expectations thus far this season with a subpar showing by their own standards. Probably wish they were able to get a little bit more consistency.
team's turn to
Some
ban.
of their picks have definitely been erratic. It hasn't helped them in certain situations. If they can right the ship here, it would be
Radiant
a
team
good sign moving into an offseason, trying to get towards whatever the next big competition will be for them. Evil Geniuses, meanwhile, there's no reason they should slip up now, really, except for the fact that Evil Geniuses have this tendency to throw. I don't know if you've heard about it or not. So perhaps if the stars align, they'll fall short, and Pain Gaming would leave a proud side. Let's take a look at the bans, though. Evil Geniuses ban out Darkseer as well as Battle Rider. Pain take out the Tree and Protector and the Wisp. They first pick Nature's Prophet, and that's pretty standard from a lot of the South American teams. Nature's Prophet is an amazing hero. Nobody's going to dispute that. But first pick worthy, some of the Western teams don't quite think so. There are some that favor him, there are some that don't.
remaining.
But either way, he is going to be Pain's first choice. And Geniuses, with a chance to respond, they can get the Visage. We've seen them pick a little bit unorthodox against certain competition in this tournament thus far. Uh, we've seen them use the Mirana tri-lane, which worked out really well against one of the South American teams. I believe it was Insight. So that's going to be a potential option in play. They could also go for, Visage, Shadow Demon here and play it really safe. Instead, they pick up the Keeper of Light, which
Each
Demon
team's turn to ban.
off-laned last night. And if you did not see that game, you should watch it. You should go ahead, buy the ticket, and look at the replay for Evil Geniuses versus Smeagol on I'm getting ahead of myself, on June 26th. That game was fun to watch, and I won't ruin it for you, but you've probably seen it already because there's clips everywhere of what Damon did, and he did dirty things on Keeper of the Light, things that no human being should do to another human being, even if it is in a
5
video game.
seconds
It's
remaining.
just not nice. We'll see a second pick from Evil Geniuses here. What do they want to add to the Keeper of the Light? Could they pick up the Nagasiren? Well, they could. Do they want to? Not sure yet. Maybe the early Alchemist, they can go for the puck. There's the early Alchemist. So we have seen
Radiant
Fear
team
play a
ban.
monster carry Alchemist in a couple games in the ADL, and it looks like he'll try and continue that trend here. And last night and other nights as well, it comes down to the fact that
Each
Alchemist,
team's turn to
towards that
ban.
late early game, mid game stage, is just going to outcarry tons and tons of other hero options, and that's what happened. His CS is just better than yours. Nah. Visage picked up for the second pick for Pain Gaming, so they're going to add in the
10
stable
seconds
support.
remaining.
I like having the Visage in the Prophet because then whenever the Prophet comes into the lane, you know have a hard-hitting support nuke that can follow up and try and get some of those kills that Prophet may not be able to close himself because he doesn't output that much damage early on in the game. We're talking level 3, level 4. When he has the Sprout up and you're just relying on his auto attacks, the Visage with the Soul Assumption definitely gives you good follow-up to that. Evil Geniuses are going to ban out the Morphling, a hero that's getting more and more play. I say that very hesitantly because
Each
I don't
team's
know. I
turn
don't
to
know if
ban.
TI3 is ready for Morphling after TI2 having to deal with him the whole time. He's a strong hero. Is he the best carry option? I think only time will tell. If you're coming off of the D2L game, I believe Morphling was involved in that third or
10
second game
seconds
for Fnatic.
remaining.
If it was 2-0, and he was played very effectively from what I hear.
Radiant team banned.
So definitely a nice ban. They're taking out various carry options as the Gyrocopter is now eliminated from Evil Geniuses as well. On the flip side, Pain take out Lifestealer. Pretty standard. Lifestealer getting banned out in the 3-4 spot is not too uncommon. And see if Pain want to ban out a solo here. The Puck wouldn't be a bad idea if they want to ban out something like the Queen of Pain. These are all heroes that Jail play pretty well ever since that role swap, putting Jail back in the middle lane. He's had a great time as that solo middle, as Fierce had a good time as that carry as well. So it looks like their adjustments are really panning out for them right now, and this is exactly where teams want to hit their stride. We'll see if Evil Geniuses can maintain that stride going into the playoffs of the ADL, or perhaps they'll drop off a little bit. Maybe they'll drop off here against Pain Gaming. Said Pain Gaming didn't live up to their expectations, but there's still some talent on this team. Pride and Fuzzy, players that have been around for a while. Pada, no King RD, which is another name you used to expect to see when you saw Pain, but nonetheless, these are good players. They haven't really found their team synergy quite yet, but from time to time, talented players can take surprise victories on talent alone. This is Shadow Demon ban, and Pain are going to be content with banning out that support option for EG. EG are going to look for a third hero here, trying to add something to the Alchemist or Keeper of the Light. With the Keeper of the Light already in play and Alchemist carry, assume a safe tri lane. They could be looking for something to put in that. Oh, excuse me. Keeper of the Light, it could be Demon. Of course, how did I forget that? That could be an offlane hero for them. So we could still see a couple supports come out here. This could be a Leshrac or a Rubik. It's going to be a Rubik, and that will probably be in the hands of either Bambo or Beat. And of course, we all know how strong Rubik is as a support. His versatility is unrivaled in some regards. If he's executed properly, then he can be the best support in the game. We see Pain Gaming looking for a third pick here. They have the Visage. Do they want to add a Nyx Assassin? Do they want to add the Lina or the Leshrac? All pretty good options for them. Hell, even a Sand wouldn't be that bad of an idea. Getting that hard stun, getting somebody in there close to try and shut down Alchemist. We know disables are very important against Alchemist. At the very least, force him to get a BKB. We've seen many teams not force an Alchemist to get a BKB, and right now Pain aren't doing that either. They pick up a Weaver. Weaver, a strong hero, but now they have a Weaver and a Nature's Prophet. So makes you wonder if this Weaver is going to end up in a tri-lane, if there's going to be dual lanes of some sort, how they're going to fit in the Nature's Prophet. And Evil Genius is picking up a Bounty Hunter here. Well, that throws a little wrench in the Keeper of the Light Demon off lane. And that's because Demon isn't here. As I look at the roster, it looks like Salas will be sending in for the second game in a row. It is, in fact, going to probably be him on one of the supports, and then Bounty Hunter taken up by Bambo maybe, and the off lane. So that makes sense. It would be a pretty tall task to get to stand in and ask them to play a Coddle offlane. Not the easiest offlane by any stretch. So apologies for that, as I didn't notice he wasn't here. Salas stood in last game as well for Dignitas, so he's making rounds for the North American teams tonight and doing a good job at that. Pain Gaming looking for their fourth hero. Already have the Weaver, Visage, and Nature's Prophet. What do they want to add to this mix? They need disables. So far, their best looking disable are familiar stuns, and maybe even a Sprout, if you consider that a disable, I guess. Could do something against certain heroes. But I think definitely in store for, Nyx Assassin wouldn't be that bad. They go for the Crystal Maiden instead. A couple of hard disables. This is an interesting setup they have right now. If they put the Weaver in the tri-lane, they output a whole lot of damage. However, Alchemist has a stun. Rubik has a disable with the Telekinesis. Keeper of Light makes your safe lane pretty safe because of the sheer damage he does. So I don't know. Painter thinking about going aggressive. This could be a tough look. And you can't really take Crystal Maiden into an aggressive tri-lane if you aren't 100% confident in your ability to get kills, because she is so slow. Crystal Maiden is unbelievably slow. And the Skeleton King ban from Evil Geniuses, the absolute last hero I would have expected to get banned out here, gets banned. And Pain Gaming, not sure how to respond to that. We're going to look to take out maybe a solo option. We haven't really seen EG try and put the Alchemist mid yet. We saw Liquid with Korok test it out the other night. We know that Arctic, Denial like to do it from time to time. We know that IG have tried it before, but I'd assume the success that Fear's had on Alchemist, they're going to leave that be. They're going to put him in the top lane and let him farm. And EG instead are going to pick up one of the middle options available here. Puck's still in the pool. If they want to go for that, they can also go for Queen of Pain, it looks like. So it's a little interesting to see the Storm band out. But they go for the Night Stalker. If you were with us last night, you saw Snaking on Night Stalker absolutely destroy an entire team by himself. Night Stalker's a hero that has always been strong. He's always been legit. And Night Stalker Bounty Hunter is a combo that used to be on the top of Asian Dota. Night Stalker Bounty Hunter, they're so fast. They can execute ganks so effectively. It's hard to catch them, and they get so much money. It used to be Night Stalker Bounty Hunter and Sven were three super core heroes that any Asian team would try and pick up with their first three heroes. So EG are going to go out on a limb, take the Night Stalker here. It's not much of a limb, though. And the response from Pain is going to be a Dragonite. So they know they're up against the NS middle. They'll throw a Davion to verse the Balinar. This is an interesting lineup from Pain. Do they take this tri-lane aggressive? Do they safe farm this Weaver? I don't know. Disconnects are coming out. Looks like we're going to have a remake. So, we'll be back once we're done remaking, guys. Stay tuned. We'll have the game for you shortly. And we're back. That was quick. We're just remaking. I'm not sure I didn't catch what happened, but it's not too big of a deal. We're an all pick. Everyone going to select out their heroes, and we'll get into the game. This looks like it's going to be an exciting one with EG picking aggressive, probably is an understatement. Balinar, as well as the Bounty Hunter and the Alchemist. Well, Alchemist, maybe not as much. He could probably stay back and let EG go as a four-man core and try and reap havoc on Pain. But Pain picked up some strong heroes as well. They have a tri-lane that can deal a lot of damage. Nature's Prophet is always solid, and then it's not that easy to take down a Dragonite. I don't know. Are EG on upset alert? Looking for the perfect season here in the American Dota League. 16-0 on the line for Evil Geniuses. Pain have nothing to lose. They're going to throw all their chips in on this game, and here we go. We're in the game now. I want to thank everyone that's tuning in on MY John. This is the American Dota League. And on our dire side, we have Evil Geniuses, Bambo playing the Rubik. We have Jo on top of the Night Stalker. Beat playing the Keeper of the Light. Fear on the Alchemist, which he's had so much success with recently in games that we've seen here in the ADL. And that leaves Solace to stand in on a Bounty Hunter. So not going to shift around roles. They're going to let Solace play the off lane in place of Demon, who seems to be missing tonight. I know, many people disappointed they won't get to see his Keeper Light off lane, but we'll have to go on. On the Radiant team, we have Pain. This is Pain Brazil. We have Pride playing Weaver. Pada will be on Visage. Cowie on Crystal Maiden. Fuzzy on Dragonite, and that leaves Sono on Nature's Prophet. And this looks like an aggressive tri-lane. This really concerns me. I'm going to be honest, friends. The Crystal Maiden is too slow to be an aggressive tri-lane that doesn't have something like an Undying, in my opinion. And they don't have an Undying. I mean, if she gets caught up by one of these stuns, if she gets Telekinesis back, they're going to be trading every single time. And aggressive tri-lanes, sometimes you want to trade, not when your only carry is going to be a part of it. Weaver's the only hero. I guess Dragonite has some carry potential, but they definitely need farm in this Weaver. Last game we saw Pain International try and build up a Weaver in an interesting way. They were going for a Lincoln's first, and he never actually got it. But had he gone for the drums, he would have had that earlier. It would have allowed him to be a little bit more aggressive in some instances, a little bit more safe in other instances. We'll see how this Weaver decides to build it. It is Pride. He's a seasoned veteran, of course. And this is going to be one hell of a lane up top, folks. And we'll have to wait and see who gets the better of it. But I'm nervous for Pain. I'm excited for Pain. I'm feeling about every emotion you can for Pain's side. This is a big game for them. We talked about transitioning to an off-season, which is going to be, there's not going to be a league for them after ADL is up, unfortunately. And this would be a big win to send them off on until they find out their next tournament and their next season to get involved with. Middle lane, there's a lot of damage coming out from Jo. He's controlling this lane pretty well. Fuzzy without a bottle. Can't do much. It's going to be coming out to him shortly, though. Top lane, it looks like Tension's about to break. The stun flies. The Concoction's going to catch Pata, but no follow-up. Checking out the bottom lane. This matchup, Celis on the Bounty Hunter versus Sono on the Nature's Prophet. This is a pretty good lane for Bounty Hunter. As they get a little bit of levels, Bounty Hunter can probably control this lane pretty effectively. We'll see if he wants to go for something like maybe an early Orb of Venom, just to give them that added bonus. Mid lane Fuzzy on top of Jo, looking for a Dragon Tail stun. Not going to find it. It's a little bit ambitious, as we see Night Stalker's a little bit faster than Dragonite, as well as base move speed. Night Stalker did opt to start off with 2 Gauntlets of Strength, so it's pretty typical to see a Night Stalker build towards an Urn. But it is interesting to note that he decided to push off his bottle for this. But since he is up against a Dragonite, he has an opportunity to get CS without the bottle. Whereas if he was up against a ranged target, it would be much more difficult. So Jo knows what he's doing. Fuzzy missing the last hit there. That's not that great. He's 5-3. Now he's getting close, 6-3. So this delayed bottle for Jo is proven to be a little bit of an issue here, as he's allowing Fuzzy to get some free CS. It's not going to be a deal breaker, but it is a slight problem. But if they break even, then you know that the Balinar, or the Night Stalker, going into the first night is going to be pretty comfortable. Especially with an aggressive tri-lane in play, rotating up here. Pain have to maintain vision this whole time. And we do see a Sentry coming out early. It's placed to counter ward a little bit, it looks like. But they're going to need a lot of vision. Pride's wrapping around. Bounty Hunter gets first blood on the bottom lane. So my apologies, we missed that. He does pick up the Orb of Venom. He takes down the Nature's Prophet a little bit earlier than I expected, level 4. That's about right. He was probably level 3 when he got the kill. Nature's Prophet not able to get back in time. So first blood already coming out for EG. Solace to stand in, making no mistake of this off lane, and now it's almost impossible for this Nature's Prophet to get re-involved here. I mean, Bounty Hunter's going to be able to regen up. He's going to get all his health back, and this lane becomes really difficult for him. He may have to turn to the jungle. He may pull for himself. All options. We do see the Treants are going to go ahead and fight some of the jungle camps, but standing in this lane against Bounty Hunter is not going to be a realistic option for him any longer. Not by himself. And the tri-lane needs everyone they have up there to just stay alive, because there's a good amount of damage coming out from EG's tri-lane. So they can't really afford to rotate supports quite yet. And here we do see a little bit of spam coming out from Jo. He does have his bottle. He's just crowing it back to the base. And that will give him some extra regen. There's a ward here that didn't get spotted out by that sentry. It was a little bit of a shame. This sentry placed. Looks like that doesn't spot the ward either. Bambo catches himself in a really bad position. Drops down another sentry. Going to telekinesis on Pride. There comes a big illuminate. Pride getting low. Bambo going to get hit by the soul assumption. He's going to drop. But the response is there. Fear going to take down the Crystal Maiden. Now Fear's on top of Pata. Pata is getting some extra bonus. Now he gets the Grave Chill down. Fear has Concoction, pops it off. He's going to get a stun here in a second. He might look for Pride instead. He has the vision in the river, but Pride just gets out of range, and Fear had to let it fly. So he's going to stun off Pata. Ends up being a trade up top. 1 for 1. But giving up a kill to the Alchemist is not what they needed. Crystal Maiden got the kill on the side of the Radiant. So that's going to be less than ideal. And Fear has got a more aggressive build here. It's a 2-2 on his abilities, emphasizing those, which we do see some Alchemists opt to do. Since he's against an aggressive tri-lane, this is the right call. The minus armor not only helps him, but it helps out his teammates. Auto attacks are so important in aggressive tri-lanes, and it boosts their damage significantly. Makes it hard for Pain to fight on certain areas. So that's going to be a nice little added factor for them when the lane's pushed or when they're pushing, whatever they choose to make of it. But we do see if it weren't an aggressive tri-lane, he would have, of course, maxed out that Grievel's Greed. He would have won the greedy build, and it would have been really nice for him. Dragonform popped off in the middle lane here. Jayo's going to take a little bit of damage from Fuzzy. Fuzzy going to look for a Dragon Tail stun. No, he's just actually going to trade autos. But Jayo, in terms of CS 24/7, he's behind this Dragon Knight, so Dragon Knight's done a good job. But you can see Evil Geniuses are doing a little bit better on the bottom lane, of course, with that first kill coming out from Solace. Probably a lot bit better. And top lane, it's surprisingly even. 16 CS on the Weaver against 18 CS, 19 CS now on the Alchemist. So they traded one support for one support earlier, but nothing more has evolved from this top lane quite yet. It's not as bang bang as you would expect, really, with the Crystal Maiden in play. It usually means pre-4, you want to get a couple kills. You want to make use of the Frostbite and the Nova. Middle lane, and it looks like Fuzzy may be in trouble. Solace is setting up camp here. He's level 6. Has track available. The Courier's coming in. Courier could be the actual target. No, they're going to try and dive here. There's a Void. Solace is going to juke around. Fuzzy takes a little bit of damage, but he has one level in Dragon's Blood. He's pretty tanky. Now behind the tower, Solace gets Dragon-tailed, and Fuzzy's going to be able to retreat. Top lane, though, they're looking for a kill on Pride. They drop down the sentry. Here's the concoction. It stops him. Pride's going to go down. One more auto attack to fly. No, he heals up with a stick, and instead Visage gets a kill on Rubik with the help of the Wrath of Nature, and there goes the acid spray and a little bit of extra damage, but Pride walks into the Illuminate. And now Fear's the next target as Sono TP's in, throws down a weird sprout. Fear just trying to retreat out safely. He pops off the ultimate, and now Unstable, or Chemical Rage rather, he's going to go on top of Sono. Sono just trying to walk his way out of here. Beatus has an Illuminate. He's going to charge it. Jayo comes in for the back end, but the kill does go to Beatus on that Keeper of the Light. And now all hands on deck for EG. 5 men up here. TP's canceled from Pain. Concoction on Fear himself, ready for the TP in. But what a turnaround from EG there. It was almost a brilliant play from Pain. Pride able to pick up that kill onto the support, but instead he got hit hard by that Illuminate that he walked back into, and probably should have seen it coming considering the positioning of the Keeper of Light when that was coming off. But either way, that finished him off, and then the others fell easily as well for EG, and now they're up 7-2, picking up an early game lead here. Jayo, it is nighttime. He has his urn up. He's ready to do crazy things. We saw him diving that tower there to help out and get the kill. Doesn't have any urn charges, though, so may have already used them. Taking a look at everyone else on the game. 0 items on Beatus, so he is manning up right now. Has 1,500 gold in the bank. Maybe he wants to go for a Midas or something. Nah, probably going to go towards the mech, obviously. In the jungle, we see an Invisible Solace. Is going to stalk out the Visage. There's a big rotation from Pain here. In fact, all 5 of Pain are in their own jungle. If Solace goes for this, he can be a little bit of trouble. They haven't really scouted out the whole jungle. Here we go. The track flies. This is going to use the Grave Chill. Here comes a big stun from Fear. Oh, and they're going to get the kill on Pata. The auto attack flies out from Fear, and the response was just too slow. Look, 3 trailing heroes, and no one could get there. And now Jayo invisible. Oh, this is exactly what you don't want to see. This should be illegal. Jayo on the Crystal Maiden. Auto, dead. Crystal Maiden versus a nighttime Night Stalker. He's level 8. Crystal Maiden is level 3. That's rape. Statutory rape. Nature's Prophet, meanwhile, makes his way back to the middle lane. Nowhere safe for him. Weaver's a little bit safer, but here comes the silence. It's going to be followed up by an urn charge. Jayo going to go in for the kill. Needs to bottle up a little bit more. Get one more Void. Pride's going to walk his way to the high ground. Tries to juke a little bit. Jayo's going to get juked as Pride does make his way towards the dire jungle. Solace is hunting, though. He's hunting the middle lane. They're diving. hard onto Sono. That's the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet going to try and TP home. There's no Shark to interrupt it, and Jo is stuck. He's going to try and TP out. Dragon Form is going to apply, but it's not necessary as the Wrath of Nature will clean up the Night Stalker there. So a nice kill. Jo getting a little bit greedy, trying to get in on that Nature's Prophet there, and ends up trading his life for it. Now Fuzzy has an opportunity to pile some damage on the tier 1 here. And if you're just tuning in and you're wondering what's at stake, well, EG's perfect season is at stake. They're up 9-3 right now, and they look pretty good, but that was definitely a mistake from Jo. We'll check out the graphs, 3,000 gold, over 5,000 experience, so things are looking really strong for EG. We'll see if Ping can right the ship a little bit here moving forward. I would say they have a lot of pride on the line, but since they have a player named Pride, that would just be really cheesy, and I know I already said it, and I can't take it back. I'm sorry, world. Meanwhile, Pride continues to farm this bottom lane. He's going to go for the drums build. This is a much more reasonable build, in my opinion, for this Weaver. I think last game, if he had opted for a BKB, it would have been a better option, more affordable option as well. Here's the rotation, though. Track is going to frustrate Weaver. He doesn't have the time lapse. He's only level 5 because of the tri-lane. And this could be trouble for him. In fact, it will be trouble. Concoction's charging. It's down to 4 seconds. It's going to hit him hard. It's going to hit him hard. And there's Pride dropping almost immediately. The rotation of Rapata is probably going to get him killed too as well. We see them turning, looking for Pursuit. Solace looking for a track. He's not going to toss it up quite yet. He's going to try and get it on the Maiden. Maiden with boots is still running so slow. Concoction's going to fly. Takes her down below half health. And here comes Jay with a cleanup. Void. Oh no. Bounty Hunter's going to make sure he gets that kill. Pata still behind the trees. Going to be spotted off here in a moment perhaps. There it goes. Bambo is able to steal off Treants, and they catch off the Visage. 3 more kills. A couple of tracks as well for Evil Geniuses as they try to remain perfect in the American Dota League. Not an easy task, but they do make it look easy at times. And you love to see an aggressive moving Alchemist, and that's exactly what this is right now. Alchemist is all over the map. He's making use of those stunts. He's working well off of the Night Stalker and Bounty Hunter on his team. And it's exciting. I mean, you feel a little bit bad, but it's exciting nonetheless. Mid lane, Fear pushing out now. He continues to farm. Take a look at our net worth while we have an opportunity. 5,200 gold net worth. 5,000 net worth on the Bounty Hunter. The next closest is going to be Fuzzy on Dragonite at 4,000. So he's done a pretty good job of staying competitive. Pata comes in on top of the ward, takes that down. Solace is going to come in from the side as well. Here's a track onto Fuzzy. Fuzzy's going to back up under the tower. EG are just everywhere. They're swarming right now. I don't know. This is... See, the Shadow Blade actually comes out from Alchemist. He's going to charge onto Fuzzy here. Fuzzy's already tracked. Already in the Chemical Rage form. Fuzzy's targeted down. This minus armor from the Acid is going to be able to take him down easily. And now Pata. Pata's just that support trying to rotate in and help out whoever he can. And he just dies every time for it. There's a Void onto the Crystal Maiden. No Frostbite. She's going to go down a couple more hits. And that's an easy kill for Night Stalker as well. Sphere does pick up a couple levels in Grievel's Greed, so his farm is going to be increasingly strong. Beat is drops off the Blinding Light. Sano trying to find an easy kill, but there are no easy kills right now. 15-3 is the kill lead for Evil Geniuses over Pain. I'm going to see them coming close to a 10,000 gold lead early on in the game. Want to give a shout out to all the viewers, everyone that's tuned in through Dota TV. We appreciate your support. If you don't have a ticket yet, be sure to purchase up your tickets. As things get more heated up, moving towards the playoffs, TP in top lane, Bambo steals off the Prophet's TP, throws the telekinesis down, Jo comes in, and Sano has no chance of escaping this one. Everyone's here, they make sure they get some track gold, and just building on their lead are Evil Geniuses. Looking across the map, trying to see what kind of farm some of these heroes have. It looks like Dragonite is going to build towards the BKB. Not there yet. Pride is going to continue to work towards that drums. It's 14 minutes in. It's definitely a concern for them. We see double teaming a Wildkin to try and get some CS here. The stack has to be handled by 2 supports from the side of Pain because it is pretty formidable. Rubik does have a gem in play as well to cope with that Weaver. So a lot of good abilities, a lot of good items coming up. Keeper Light did opt for the Midas, as I may have guessed earlier. Night Stalker looking for an Aghanims, it looks like. And Aghanims is one of those items, maybe not the best item on Night Stalker, but when you're ahead like this, it's going to allow so many more concoctions and tracks to land. It's really going to be a beneficial item for Evil Geniuses in these team fights. And even when they're hunting, out looking for one target, when it's just Bounty Hunter and Night Stalker, being able to see unobstructed vision at night, that's huge. Bottom lane, there's a 3-man core from EG. They're pushing through. We'll see how hard they want to commit down here. Meanwhile, there's a response top from Pain. They're going to push towards this tier 1 tower. 3 heroes in the Ancient stack. Fuzzy's going to try and kill off whatever he can with that level 2 Dragon Form. And that's going to do some splash damage. Bottom lane, still pushing. So the action has slowed down a little bit here. Solace and the Bounty Hunter has his drums up. Decides to throw the poor man's shield into the bank in case he needs it later, I guess. Beatus is going to try and slow down the push up here by throwing out an Illuminate. He's got to go for the deny too. He's not actually going to find it. Weaver gets that last one on the tower. They're going to trade a tier 2 for it though, unless they respond quickly. This tower is going to be the next target. Catapult in play. The wave being handled by Fear. And now he's turning to deal some damage to the tower as well. There's the Wrath of Nature to try and slow this down even further. A couple heroes hiding. We have Bamboo off to the side as well as Solace off to the side. Waiting to try and initiate on anyone that would be silly enough to TP in here. Nature's Prophet is going to swoop in, steal a haste rune from Jo. And he should get away. That tower does drop bottom. That's a pretty dangerous mission to get a haste rune. And I think he went in blind. I don't think they have any vision around here. It doesn't look like they did unless it expired. So, interesting play from Nature's Prophet. I guess it's a small victory for him. Beat is on the top lane, taking a good amount of damage. Soul Assumption is going to come in. One more auto attack will do the job. He's looking for deny. Can't get it. Trying to TP out. Won't make it in time. He's going to buy back out of frustration. Beat is getting taken down by a couple of supports there. Solace coming back towards the middle lane. Gang Squad intact. There's a lot of vision, and now they're going to be able to take this down with the gem on Bamboo. It's spotting out both of those wards. So it's a really scary position to be in if you're up against a Night Stalker and a Bounty Hunter, and they're taking away your vision. And we're coming up on the second night. Sooner than later, we're going to have that second night in play, and that could just be what Evil Geniuses are looking for to try and close this one out. They have so much map control. They can go for this Roshan whenever they deem it necessary. Solace is sitting at 1,700 gold as well. We'll see if he wants to build towards a Deso with a heavy damage build. If he wants to go a little bit safer. Jo 6-1 right now on that Nature's Prophet. Night Stalker. Solace is 5-0 on his Bounty Hunter. So talk about phenomenal stand-ins as we see Rubik pick off a kill on bottom lane with the help of Fear. Mid lane, they're going to collapse on Pride. Pride gets silenced off. He gets hit by the Void. Here comes the help from Solace on the side. Will be enough damage to burst him down before he can get the time lapse. It is. Down goes Weaver on the middle lane. And exactly what Pain cannot afford to let that Weaver drop down. He just finished up his drums, but he's nowhere near another item. Beat is getting caught off in the top lane yet again. He pops off his ultimate. He's going to try and TP someone in. They're going to try and get a response here. It looks like Pain are trying to back up as quickly as possible. The Familiars could to delay the heroes from getting in here. Smoked up Fuzzy. He's just trying to find a nice place to TP home. He's only 400 gold off from his BKB. Oh, but Crystal Maiden gets caught. And Jo on top of Crystal Maiden. Well, she's going to die. And there she goes. There's a response here. Fuzzy comes in, uses the Dragon Tail on Saul. Saul's taking a good amount of damage. Needs to back up. The last auto attack is going to connect and will get them the kill there. Jo coming back into daytime is being pursued. Beatus is back there to make sure they can't catch up to him. And meanwhile, Fear is working on the tier 3 tower down bottom. He finishes up his AC. You can see the instant impact in terms of his attack speed. This tower is taking a whole lot of damage. There's a response from Pain. It's 2 heroes, 3 heroes back in the base now. The 2 supports have to be careful, though, as the concoction is charging up. He's going to look to just let it fly. And there it goes on top of Pada. Takes him down to half health already. Top lane, they're looking to maybe initiate onto Pride again. Pride's got to be careful not to get caught out here. The Ag Scepter is in play for Jo. He's going to be able to spot him, and now Pride spotted. He gets hit by... Ooh, nope, no silence. Time lapse before the silence can come out. And that's the power of that Ag Scepter, being able to spot off any target, wherever they may be. It's bottom lane, the engage. Sono gets hit by a concoction. Fuzzy gets pulled towards Fear, looking for a Dragon Tail stun. He's just going to use it on the Alchemist. Alchemist is a mighty tough target to take down, though. You can see they're dealing a decent amount of damage, but look at that regen. 31 health a second, and he's going to back up. Pops off that Shadow Blade, and will retreat and be just fine. In fact, he's thinking about maybe re-engaging here. Comes back on the wave, going to continue to CS. Heroes all in the area for Pain if they want to try and engage. There's only 3 heroes on the side of EG right now. I think Solace just one-shotted a familiar. Were they resummoned? Yes. And now Fuzzy's going to come up. Dragon Tail stun. Fuzzy pops off the BKB. Turns around on Fear. Fear is going to get the unstable or chemical rage off. He's trying to escape, but he takes too much damage and goes down. So a mistake from Fear. Certainly uncommon, and here comes Jo on the Night Stalker. 3 tracked up targets. Sono's not going to TP out. He gets tracked. He's going to go down. Next target, blink forward. Pride gets hit with a telekinesis. He's tossed backwards. Is there a silence? It's not available quite yet. Dragon Tail stun. Exchange from either side. Rubik stealing that off. Salah's going to take some damage. He's just barely surviving. Gets hit by an urn. He'll escape. Pride looking to turn this around, but he's tracked. They have to be careful. Sakuchi now on Bambo. Bambo's going to turn around Sakuchi through everybody and then make his way out of there promptly. Very tense situation. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Beat is continuing to play his solo Dodo, and he's going to back up a little bit here as someone does TP or actually threaten a TP. He gets interrupted on the bottom lane, but we see Crystal Maiden take a lot of damage, but the Soul Assumption's going to finish off Bounty Hunter, and all of a sudden, a couple of kills for Pain to really be satisfied with. They get a couple of key heroes down here, and it's Evil Geniuses being a little bit greedy. They could have taken that Roche if they'd like to. They have so much map control. They have a good deal of minus armor now. But instead, they're going for kills. Beatus is going to use the Drain mana and spam off the Illuminate, but it's not going to connect. Hasn't even built boots yet. Alchemist, 1,100 gold in the bank. Continues to push through middle and farm effectively. His net worth is top on the charts. As you would expect, 11,000, almost 12,000 net worth. If you're just tuning in, this is the American Dota League. I'm MY John. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, the majority of you are watching in-game, which means you have purchased up a ticket. If you haven't done that already, be sure to take a chance to do that. Uh-oh, Sono's in trouble on the top lane into the base. Jo's going to go on top of him. Sono dropping quickly, but Jo relying on auto attacks. There goes the mech. Sono survives. And now Pata with the response. He's going to get the Grave Chill onto Jo. Pride coming in from the side. Familiar's going to stun him once. There's the Frostbite, and Jo goes down. A big bounty claimed by Visage. 600 plus gold for killing that stacked Night Stalker. Meanwhile, Roche is being targeted and taken down by Fear as well as Solace. And that's going to be Aegis on the Alchemist, which is a whole nother issue to deal with, but still a good kill. It's a couple big kills in a row for Pain. EG with their perfect season on the line here. Rubik looks like he's building towards maybe Yules, maybe a Scythe of Vice if he's really ambitious. He's also stalking this double damage. He's going to let Solace take it for his bottle, of course. Good team play. Solace opts to build up the Yasha. So, Yasha into Manta will allow him to get out of some of these slows, some of these binds maybe. It's not quite as damage heavy, but it's a lot more safe, so give him credit for that. In the mid lane, Fuzzy's still sitting on that BKB. We see Crystal Maiden, nothing going on for her. The Midas as well as the Mech, still the only things for Nature's Prophet, as he's looking to try and build himself up, beef himself up a little bit. Visage does have the Medallion, which is a nice pick-up, but the big concern is Weaver's farm. He has 1,100 gold in the bank, and that is it. He has drums and boots and an Aquila. It's 24 minutes in, and this Weaver is looking like some of these heroes can brush him off. I mean, already having the AC in play on the side of the Alchemist, already having a good deal of mobility on the Bounty Hunter and Night Stalker, of course, picking up Vlad's as well, so just adding to their armor count. Weaver's going to be rendered pretty ineffective. Bambo spot off here as he TPs in with the Nature's Prophet TP. He's going to blink away, though, before anyone could catch him with an ability. So typical Bambo, being where he's not supposed to be. We see Keeper Light is going to pick up the Sacred Relic. So Beat is maybe going for the Rapier. Probably the Radiance, but maybe a Rapier. Middle lane, it looks like things are about to erupt. Sono gets hit by the Silence and a Void. Hasted, no, excuse me, no, he is hasted. Jayo's going to back up with that haste rune active. Fuzzy thinking about coming in from behind here. He's going to pop off the Dragon Form. Oh, he shows himself. And with that unabated vision, they're going to get Fuzzy. He doesn't get the BKB off quite yet. Gets chain stunned. Familiars will give him some time. He's low already, though. Fear taking a good amount of damage. Solace taking a good amount of damage. Solace looks like he's going to go down to the tower. He will drop, and he's the first casualty. So a fight that's starting off really strong for Pain as they're in pursuit of the low-health Alchemist. Alchemist is going to charge off a Concoction. He's spotted, though. There's a sentry down. They know exactly where he is, but Sono's going to get hit by the Concoction. And he's going to get taken down by Night Stalker here. Bambo with Telekinesis is going to take this Crystal Maiden up to the high ground. Pada, next target. Fear's getting drained down slowly. Can they finish him, though? Concoction's now in play, and they can't kill him. Rubik kills the Weaver. There we go. They kill him finally. Or he kills himself. It may have been the Concoction. I don't think he let it fly. But either way, Bambo's going to toss Pada back. This should be another kill for them. As EG are on a warpath right now, 24-9. That fight didn't look too good initially. But of course, falling back on the Aegis. Fear stuns himself again. They're able to make something happen. Solace gets TP'd in from the Keeper of the Light. Tower's being pushed now. And this tower's going to go down. Tier 3 is dead. They're going to work on a Rax. Is there a response for Pain? Pain Brazil, last game of this tournament. Trying to impress, but it looks like they're struggling against EG. Looking at the graphs, it says over 20,000 gold, over 20,000 experience in favor of Evil Geniuses. 26 minutes into this game. Bottom lane, we see Nature's Prophet continue to try and push out. He has 1,000 gold in his bank. Going to try and work towards whatever he can build up. But Pain are definitely in a bind. Now that that Rax is exposed, they do put the sentry up immediately, which is the right thing to do. Considering how aggressive EG has been this game, Bambo on the high ground, sealing off the Frost Nova, it looks like. Crystal Nova, excuse me. Here comes a TP from Nature's Prophet, thinking about trying to go in. This is a little bit of a bait, because nearby is a double damage Night Stalker. If Nature's Prophet decided to TP him by himself, he would be in a lot of trouble. Track on Pride. Probably going to have to time-lapse to take that off of himself. Jayo is being pursued by Fuzzy a little bit here. Of course, has that unobstructed vision, so is able to see very far. Fuzzy's going to get the stun on Bambo. Bambo, a couple hits, he's going to drop. So Fuzzy picking up that Chrysalis. We saw a crit proc there. Just needs to do damage because the Weaver certainly is lacking damage right now. So he's trying to pick up where his teammate has fallen short. And Jayo, meanwhile, is going to find Sono in the jungle. Oh, man. But Sono's going to Sprout Trap Night Stalker and maybe make it away. Night Stalker can't make it nighttime again. Should be safe mid lane. Fuzzy's going to get initiated on by Solace here. Going to hit him with the stun. In comes Beatus. In comes a follow-up. Fuzzy does get the BKB off. He tries to TP home, but it will not be in time. Alchemist getting a kill on the Dragon Knight, and Dragon Knight, having just spent that money on the Chrysalis, is now poor. Cannot afford a buyback, and this is a great opportunity for EG to break the Tier 2 middle. It's already pretty low on health. Glyph is available, but do they want to spend it here? Probably not, with their base at threat as well. And here we go. The base is the final frontier. If they want to try and push uphill, they're going to rotate around towards the top since it's already exposed. The creeps should make their way into the base. See that Illuminate spam doing a good job of trying to make that happen. Top Rax is going down. They're trying to fight in the middle lane. Bambo is taking a lot of damage. Soul Assumption is going to kill him off. Jayo's there with the response. He's going to use the Void and a TP home from Pada. Pada's going to cancel the TP when he realizes the Night Stalker's not committing. Fear's going to look for Concoction and finishes off the Crystal Maiden. Now he's going to target the Visage, but he's grave chilled, and he's just going to try and back out of here peacefully. We also see the BKB is up on him now. Sono's going to back towards the base. Gets hit with a Silence. Going to pop off the mech to stay alive for another moment or so. Here comes the Concoction to kill off Nature's Prophet, and the last hit is there as well. But Fuzzy has respawned. He's back in the fray. 3 seconds until he has a Dragon Form available. BKB popped by Fear. He's going to be able to back up out of the base. That melee barracks does fall up top. And now it looks like the BKB completed for Salas on the courier. That should be flown out to him shortly. EG just having their way with Pain right now, able to toy around this base, find various engage points, and make them successful. The big deal is this Dragonite. They're able to handle him once. Can they kill him here? Dragonite does a fair bit of damage. We've seen that in the past couple of fights. But now the tower being focused down. They're going to try and end this here. Tier 3 targeted. It's dropping down quickly. They're going to pop off the glyph to keep it alive, but there's no engage to follow up off the glyph. There's a blink forward from Bambo. He's going to steal off the Frostbite. He's going to use it on Fuzzy. There's a little bit of a disengage. Fuzzy pops off the BKB. Four Staff gets Jo out of the base. Now Fear's following up. He's trying to catch some of these supports. He's going to work on Pride instead. Pride's dead. Salas, with the BKB active, is able to peacefully make his way back. He's not a threat of dying quite yet. Fuzzy gets a Dragon Tail stun onto Beat. Bambo going to get the telekinesis, toss it back, stack those stuns. Fear is dropping pretty low, has to go invis, and the sentry is late. Everybody is safe from EG, but look at the healths on these heroes. They're all low. All very low. But Alchemist popping off the Chemical Rage is going to heal up rather quickly. Also has 5,200 more gold in the bank. Now charging up a concoction. Not going to find anybody in the base. And the sentry is here. They're going to go for this melee barracks. TP's coming in on the back end for the Dragonite. He's going to try and engage. Oh, that was Visage, and he actually canceled it. Here's Dragonite, and he cancels it as well. 270 gold thrown down the drain from Pain. Roach is going to respawn in 2 minutes as Jo's trying to purchase up an item from the secret shop. He has so much money. Looks like he's going to go for a hearts. So he'll have that heart completed once the courier makes his way out to him. If you're watching MLY John, this is the American Dota League. Be sure to support them by following @American Dota on Twitter, purchasing up a ticket, and following them here on their Twitch channel as well. Evil Genius is looking to round out the perfect season, 16-0. Pain taking them over 30 minutes. And in middle, there's an engaged. Fears using the BKB to go on the racks. Can't deal enough damage to the racks, though, and now has to back off. Concoction charging. Lets it fly on top of the Weaver. And Weaver's really been held back this game, excuse me. Tracks are going to fly. Four Staff forward from Beatus. Beatus now has an Abyssal. He didn't have to go for something more crazy. And a Shadow Blade. So this is a carry coddle. Fuzzy gets caught in an awkward position outside of the base. He's going to try and focus his damage on the Bambo. He kills Bambo, but now Fuzzy's targeted. Salas going to look for this kill, and if Fuzzy goes down, Pain, Brazil's hopes, almost assuredly die with it. Now they dive into the base. Jo's going to go on top of Visage. Visage gets knocked out of the TP. Sano's the new target. He gets killed with a track gold there. Pada is the next focus. The Void's up in 3 more seconds. They do get a Crystal Nova off to try and keep him safe. Salas is going to get hit by the dust. Turns around the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden's going to die. One more auto attack will finish her off. Meanwhile, Jo, he's able to get the kill on Weaver as well. Crystal Maiden's dead. Bounty Hunter is dead in exchange, though. And now Jo's just going to man up on Pada. Every second Pada's not attacking him is a second that heart is able to get back into that regen form. And you can see that in play. And GG call from Pride. That is it. The Brazilians bow out of this game. And in turn, this ends their season in the American Dota League. Evil Geniuses looking amazing so far. And are certainly going to be the favorites moving towards the playoffs. It's hard to pick out one player that played particularly well this game because they all did. But Salas the stand-in definitely had a great showing. Jo had an amazing showing on Night Stalker, and Fear always looking good on that Alchemist. 700 gold per minute, despite the fact he was involved early in a lot of kills. Didn't let the farming really get too far away from him. And the Weaver was the issue for Pain. Weaver wasn't able to get any farm. 1 and 6, Crystal Maiden 1 and 9. I mean, the kills for EG were there, 34 to 13. And that's going to be that for this game. We have one more game coming up for you tonight. It is going to be Arctic, now known as Denial Esports, versus Dignitas. A big game. Almost sure to be a competitive game. And it's one of those games, now that Arctic have been sponsored in their Denial, well, can they put their money where the mouth is? They have before. They've been playing so well and really have looked great against some of their competition. We'll see if they can do it tonight against one of the best in Dignitas. Stay tuned for that Be sure to follow at American Dota on Twitter. Purchase a ticket for only $5 in store. Follow me at MYJohnTV on Twitter as well. And we'll see you when the next game is available.